Has everyone heard that song though? No one's heard it either. That absolute gift to the world, Friday by Rebecca Black. Yeah? Okay.
What are the words?
Well, I'm not going to sing. I mean, that's beyond my capabilities. But what that is, this talk's all really about the internet. And what that song shows is one girl, 13 years old, with an idea and £4,000 of her mother's money, was able to create a video that on YouTube has been seen 166 million times. Now this is going on YouTube, isn't it? Is this going on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be happy with 10. So this table here, if you could just please watch it on YouTube, then that would be good. But it also, interestingly, that places it in the top 20 most watched YouTube videos of all time. Interestingly as well, it's also been disliked, thumbs down, 2.4 million times, which puts it in a unique position. It's both one of the most popular YouTube videos of all time, and also one of the most negatively received ones. If 2.5 million people thumb this down, I think I'll spend the rest of my life under a rock, and you'll never see me again, so please don't do that, okay? To me, obviously, that shows that the internet is very divisive, but it also shows that it offers anyone, no matter who they are, a 13-year-old girl in America, the opportunity to create content and to share with the world. Obviously, she needed £4,000 of her mother's money as well, which I didn't have. So that brings me to where I am. I have got, I've left my water. I will drink from that cup. It's not because I'm thirsty, it's because I've completely forgotten where I am. I've come completely off the rails, and you're all just going to have to quietly watch me drink water while I remember where I'm meant to be. I will take this, I'm slowly gaining confidence, which might mean I can come away from this. Okay, so... My name is Chris, is it still on? And I'm a male nurse, or more specifically, I'm a nurse who just happens to be male. I've heard many of the jokes before, so I assure you I've heard all of them. One thing is for sure though, is no one has ever compared me to Indiana Jones. Okay, so before I'm doing research on the internet, how people use the internet to help them manage illness. Before doing this, I did a master's in gerontology at the university, and the one thing that showed me is actually, it's quite a nice problem to have, but we do have a really bad problem with people getting really old. In fact, that's not actually true, because Einstein, Newton, I've forgotten the other ones, Darwin, they all lived until their 70s and 80s. What is probably more accurate is more people are being given the opportunity to reach old age, which is brilliant, but it's also obviously going to create a big challenge. So our brilliant NHS, which I'm sure you'll all agree is brilliant, how's about a cheer for the NHS? That was created in a world and a time that is very different to what it is now. So people then died of infectious diseases. They didn't generally live long enough to get the kind of chronic conditions that the NHS now has to deal with. So it's brilliant that people are getting older, but it's obviously going to create more challenges, and we need to find ways that people can use existing support networks and the internet to help them manage their condition. So I'm sure you'll all agree, I've got a bit of a challenge, because health, the internet and comedy are obviously not very good bedfellows. So instead I'm going to talk more broadly about the internet and how some of the peculiarities of how we use it might help support someone manage a long-term condition. So I spend a lot of time on the internet because I'm researching it, and that can be really quite distracting.
Yeah.
Is it right, going to be? No, steady on, steady on. I'm a big fan of Twitter. Who's a big fan of Twitter in here? For the first 2 years of my PhD, I loved spending time on Twitter. I loved hearing about celebrities, finding out what they're up to. Rebecca Black, the singer of that song, love following her. My favourite football club, Southampton, love following them. Loved speaking to complete strangers about the transfer news. Love it. I'm not so fond of Facebook. Who here likes Facebook? Mixed response. I've got to the kind of age now where most of my friends are either getting married, buying their first house, or having a child. And there's only so many pictures of toddlers with mushy peas smeared all over their face that one person can tolerate. Twitter, on the other hand, is a real source of pleasure. I love it, and it's a good way of distracting myself. Well, I should say I loved it. That was until 2016. And in 2016, everything started to go wrong, as I'm sure you're all very much aware of. I'm not party political. Before I started studying the internet, I wouldn't even say I really knew a lot about politics. I used to think the right wing was just the correct way to prepare a chicken. But spending a lot of the time on the internet can make you really angry about politics. I'd wake up, look outside, beautiful day, get washed, get changed, walk into work, sun in the sky, breeze in my face, get to work, turn on my computer, everything's alright in the world at this stage, turn on my computer, upload Twitter, and suddenly I'll be reminded that actually the world is a terrible, terrible place, and we're all about to die. And I couldn't carry on like this. I have a thesis to write. I can't carry on living in that stressful situation. So I decided to disengage from this kind of human Twitter reality, and I started following all these Twitter cats. I don't know if anyone else follows Twitter cats. No. So the first cat I started following was a lady actually, a lady called Felix. Has anyone heard of Felix, the Huddersfield train cat? No? That was going to sink that, isn't it? No one's heard of her. So she is a cat that got promoted, so she's got a proper job. She got promoted to a senior pest controller at Huddersfield train station. She's got a coat, she's got a badge. And I actually sent her a tweet at the time congratulating her on her promotion. She's called Felix because they thought she was a chap, but she's actually a lady, they later discovered. And I got intoxicated by these Twitter cats. I followed more and more of them. And suddenly the world was a nice place again. I was seeing cats on skateboards, cats in Christmas trees, grumpy cats, science cats. It was brilliant. But like I said, I got greedy and I over-consumed these cats. Eventually, Twitter, in its filter bubble, everyone's aware of the filter bubble of Twitter and how it makes you see things that maybe aren't quite reality, but it's what you believe in, recommended that I follow a cat called Larry. I have got a picture of Larry. I have to be honest, the signs were there that it's my... Oh, that's not Larry, that's my cat. I have to be honest, the signs were there that this might become a problem. So that is Larry the cat with David Cameron. We've already talked about David Cameron and animals. I have been assured by Larry that there has been no further business there. And after a while of following Larry, I then got introduced by Twitter to another cat called Gladstone, who lives next door to Larry. He's the number 11 cat. They're both mouses. Anyway, probably see where this goes. So as I followed more and more of these cats, I started to notice, actually, a lot of them were talking about politics. I started to learn lots of interesting things. So I learned that Garfield has some really quite strong political views that I'm not quite sure I agree with. But Gladstone has some really interesting insights into the transatlantic trade agreement, which I'd recommend everyone finding out more about. Over time though, I noticed that actually my timeline had less of these cats on skateboards and Christmas trees and doing nice things, and I had more and more of these cats being really angry and shouting at each other about politics, always in capital letters, which of course is the internet's way of swearing. Not swearing, shouting, sorry, I missed my line there. And they started shouting at all sorts of things. So there were cats shouting at other cats because cats felt left behind by globalisation. There were cats shouting at other cats because they felt there was a need to have better control of garden borders. I even noticed Science Cat getting heckled because another cat didn't believe his theory of, not evolution, no, I've got that wrong. He didn't believe in his global warming theories and felt that they no longer needed experts in the world. So I got, I then realised that actually I was back to where I started. I woke up, everything was fine in the world, looked at the sky, beautiful day, got dressed, got dressed, walked into work, lovely day. Turned on my computer and suddenly I was once again reminded that in fact the world is a terrible place and we are all going to die. But this time it wasn't humans doing it was cats. So my Twitter feed started to resemble what Animal Farm sequel would look like if George Orwell had been dumb enough to be able to write one. So I kind of got rid of the cats because I just, my mental health was important. And I started following these, which are, and I've been assured they're not political in any way. So these are called silky chickens. So once again, order has been restored in my world, and I'm living quite a nice life again. Blissfully unaware of all the horrors that are going on in the world. Anyway, one important thing I've learned, I haven't actually said an awful lot about my research. One important thing I've learned during my research is that these Twitter cats aren't actually real. Well, they are real, but can't actually use Twitter. No, cats can't actually use Twitter. I've learned actually, and it's important, this is an important bit of advice. I've learned that actually having a Twitter cat can be really quite a lucrative business. So being quite a poor student, I saw a business opportunity. So this is actually our cat. Myself and my wife, who's up there, this is our cat, his name's Philip. I know what you're all thinking, who is this sadistic bastard that takes a picture of his cat getting an injection? This was actually his first foray in becoming a Twitter cat. This is actually generally my cat. He started an advert for a local vet about the importance of cats getting their vaccinations. He hasn't been back, and he's not going on Twitter at the moment, because the moment he released that on Twitter, he started getting trolled by lots of members of the anti-cat vaccination movement. So you've probably noticed that actually I'm very good at procrastinating online. I can waste an awful amount of time online. I do some research. I am meant to be doing less time online and more time writing up papers now. But like I'm sure many of we all have our established routines, don't we, on the internet? Ways of wasting time and not doing work. And mine will start with me coming into the office, turning on my computer, waiting for that to load up because someone over there has turned it off to save energy. And then while I'm doing that, I'll stare outside. And then I'll start worrying about Trump. And then I'll sigh. I'll load up a Word document and I'll stare at its arctic blankness for a little while. Then I'll look out the window again, another big sigh. I'll load up Twitter, load up YouTube, watch a cat video. You might have noticed I like cats. And then I'll worry about Trump again, another big sigh, another look at my Word document. And then eventually I'll go on Amazon and buy a toaster. And I actually did buy a toaster the other day, it was very interesting. Just a normal toaster, grey, 2 slits, you put bread in it and in time it becomes toast, nothing special. But one thing I did notice, which is unique actually, well it's not unique actually, it's all over Amazon, is I noticed that 300 people, actually over 300 people, had done a review for this toaster. And I was thinking to myself, who are these people? Who are these heroes without capes that dedicate their free time to reviewing toasters so that the rest of us mere mortals can make good decisions about buying them? And I thought to myself, I've never actually felt the need to review anything on Amazon, but maybe I should. Maybe this altruism and this digital free labour is actually what drives the internet, and and means there's so much useful information that all of us can use and can consume. Toaster manufacturers are never going to list their specifications. Well, they won't. Hang on, I got that wrong. Sorry. Rewind. Also, toaster manufacturers can obviously list their specifications, but they're probably not the best people to tell you how well that toaster actually performs in real life. And this is where it gets you back to my research on the health and the internet. This is the same kind of information that could perhaps be really useful to someone managing a condition. So doctors, nurses, healthcare professionals can tell people what their condition is and what medication it needs, but they're probably not the best people to tell people what it's like to experience living with that condition. That experience is probably best portrayed by people who also have the same condition, and that is there where the strength of peer-to-peer online support might exist. And that leads me to conclude, I don't know if you conclude in comedy, but an attempt at comedy. That leads me to conclude that actually these peer-to-peer online support groups might actually be the most underutilised resource in an ever-strained health service. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's